junkies. Holy shit. Who that knocking at the door? Probably a couple junkies. Holy shit. Who that knocking at the door? Probably a couple junkies.
Welcome back to the Lothy Grows Network. I'm your host, Silence. It's been one whole week since we chopped down the plants to hang and dry, and today is our first day of trim. We have 12 plants total in which we're going to be trimming today, and I'll take you guys through the process and how I trim my plants and my curing process. So, if you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the plants. Okay, let's take a look at these plants. The plants dried a little bit too quickly because of the temps here in New York. So we've been fighting temps. So at first I was pushing for a 2-week dry around 60 degrees, but the temperatures were around 70 and they jumped up a little bit. So I decided to harvest the plants a little bit earlier without them being bone dry or the branches just being able to snap. So the plants are a little sticky, a little wet. Will be considered a little wet trim, but I'm gonna harvest the plants right now. As you can see, they look great. The crystals, the sugars on them, the colors. We're taking a look at the gas fruit, and over here, this right here is the honey D. So everything looks great. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how I trim my plants, and then we're going to put our plants in some mason jars so they can cure. So we're going to cure these plants for about 2 weeks. Also, we're going to do a weigh-in. We're going to see how much buds we have after the trim. So hopefully we hit over a pound. Over a pound is successful. I should have hit more, but due to the environment, just want to see if I hit that 1 pound goal. So now I'm going to take you guys into how I trim these plants, and we're going to get into the curing process. Okay, now let's get into trimming these plants. First, I removed a few of the branches from the stalk, and now what I'm going to do is remove the buds from the branches. After I remove all the buds, I'm going to trim each bud individually. So, it's pretty simple. What I usually do is take a nice clean scissor. You can find these trim scissors at any grocery store or even online, and I just start by removing the stalks. So I want to start from the bottom, removing the buds. Just going to remove each bud. As you can see, it's a lot of sticky oils that are still on the bud. So you always have to keep a clean pair of scissors or have an alcohol solution to clean your scissors once the resin starts to build up on your blades. Okay. There we go. And this one, I usually like to leave whole because how fat it is. I'm going to trim it down later. So we have a clean branch left over. We're just going to toss that to the side for now. and we're gonna work on cleaning the next. So simple. Start your way at the bottom. And just chop. So I'm gonna do a few of these, and then I'm gonna take you guys through how I trim my buds. Okay, now that we have successfully removed all of the buds from the branches, now it's time to trim. So for this trimming process, I'm gonna remove my shades. Okay, trimming is like a work of art. You really wanna go around the plant and you wanna shape it from the bottom to the top. So the buds right now are covered in these sugar leaves. What I'm gonna do right now is remove some of the sugar leaves, but not cut into the buds. So I'm gonna start at the bottom. I'm just gonna trim. Just gonna trim those sugar leaves off that are covering the bud. So I'm not digging into the bud, I'm just trimming around it. Okay. As you can see, as those leaves start to be removed, the bud starts to open up. Now we begin to see how these buds look. Okay. Just going to trim up a little bit more. Let's get any of these leaves that are poking out. And we're just going to make things look much more better from where it started. So I'm not shaving, I'm just cutting those sugar leaves to open up the buds. So there are other processes where they put them in these mechanical shavers, but I like to hand trim, you know. I feel like most of those shavers rob the buds of the natural sugars that it's supposed to have. And those buds that you get that are professionally shaven, they're not as potent as, you know, fresh organic weed that hasn't been through that mechanical processing. So as you can see, now the bud looks like a bud, and she is beautiful, very sticky, very sticky. So voila. After removing most of those sugar leaves tips, you should have a nice plant. A nice bud. It should look pretty much like this. If you want a more professional trim, what you guys out there can do is invest in an automatic trimmer. Yes, you will have a better appealing look, but you know, it won't be the same as far as potent. But look, see? And she just looks beautiful. Smells amazing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work on trimming the rest of these buds, and we're gonna follow up at the end with a weigh-in and how we're gonna cure our buds. Now let's take a look at the buds, and let's do our total weigh-in. Altogether, the total weigh-in came in at 496 grams of buds from our 12 plants. So this number is great. We came in at more than a pound, which is a good harvest. So right now we have them in our mason jars, a total of 12 mason jars. We're gonna let these cure for the next 2 weeks, and then we're gonna do a review. So we're gonna do another episode. We'll show you guys how I rate these buds, how I rate the breeder, what the smoke's like, what the flavors are like after these 2 weeks, and just my overall experience smoking from these breeders, in-house genetics, and lit farms. So now let's take a look at the buds after I trimmed them up and see how they look. The first is our lit animal. I think I did a good job on the trim. Lit animal's very sticky, a lot of oils, a lot of funk coming off. We did 4 plants, and the total weigh-in for our lit animal was 150 grams. So that's about a QP, a quarter pound of pure buds. So I really do like the lit animal. Next, coming up, we have our gas fruit from Lit Farms as well. The gas fruit is just even more pungent, more sticky, a lot more oily, a lot more terps and flavors coming off. I really like the colors and just the crystallized. We got 178 grams for our total 4 plants, so a little bit more than a lit animal. Gas fruit is looking like my favorite, but we have some double delight I'm going to show you guys. It really is my favorite. The double delight from in-house genetics just looks amazing. I think I did a good job on this trim. Overall, this got the best trim from me. We came in under because we did 2 plants for the double delight and the honey D. So we came in at 97 grams, and it's just amazing, the smell and the terps coming off. Last but not least is our honey D from in-house genetics. What a beauty. My least favorite, the honey D, but it's just beautiful. We came in with the honey D around 71 grams. Not that bad off of 2 plants, but it's really great. So tune in next time. I'm gonna do a bud review. I'm gonna show you guys how the buds smoke, and I'm just gonna rate these breeders. Also, if you haven't liked and subscribed to this channel already, please like and subscribe now, and I'll see you guys next time.